So when my mother started getting towards the end, when I say towards the end, it was probably about 3 years. I hired a wonderful End of Life Doula called Megan Hope, and she was able to help me with some of that anticipatory grief as we went through. In the beginning, our sessions maybe once every few months, and then as we got closer, they got to be a little bit more. She was just helping me process as my mother declined, right? Well, when my mother went on hospice, that End of Life Doula was vital for me. Now, I work in the care space. I work with a lot of healthcare professionals. I have contributed a lot of information on a lot of articles. Logically, I know a lot about caring for somebody. I know a lot about the end of life process. I've talked to doctors, I've talked to, professionals. I have had a million end of life conversations with my mother, but I had never done any of that while my mother was dying. And my mother was dying. So what the End of Life Doula was able to do was to explain to me 2-3 times if she needed to, in a very simple way, the things that hospice was sharing with me after hospice would leave. Because I needed that private moment, because there were tears, my heart was breaking, I was having a hard time, right? She sat down with the family and she answered really tough questions for the family. What happens if we walk in and grandma has died? Where does the body go? Does grandma understand she's dying? Really, really tough questions. She was able to answer them in a very, very gentle way. And I was also able to have her sit down with the paid caregivers who were there. So I'm very grateful that I was able to give myself enough grace, and I'm so grateful that there was somebody there to help me out, to just let me be a daughter and not a care space professional, not a healthcare professional. I didn't want to be anybody with any kind of knowledge other than I want to be by my mother's side. And I hope if you take a hospice journey that you also have an end-of-life doula that allows you to be a daughter, a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, while your loved one is passing.